Hello, everyone. This is Onpassive 360. Another week has gone by, and I don't need to tell you, unless you've been under a rock, a lot of big things happened in the last 7 days, to say the least. Um, Today, I'm not going to give a bunch of shout outs. Mr. Redfern isn't either. We have a lot to cover, some clarity, and some things that so everybody understands what the best we can of what Mr. Mufareh said on Monday. We're definitely shifting into a new chapter of Onpassive. It's going to be quicker. It's going to be more powerful. And yes, we know a smidgen of what is going on. No doubt about it. And what we know is massive. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Redfern to say howdy.
How you doing, guys? Great to be here once again. I'm just over in Spain at the moment for a couple of days. Back to normality for tomorrow. I'm on my mobile phone, hence I can't do any shout outs. And also, as Marty said, we've got a lot to get through today. I did my recap yesterday for you guys. If you want to know what it's all about, just on my YouTube channel, the recording is there. That'll help explain a little bit more. Marty did his first part yesterday, which was excellent. We're going to cover some more bits and pieces today. But it's safe to know, guys, that if you are plugged in to myself, Marty, and Chris Johnson, then you are going to be up to date. And this is what we are here for, is to decipher leader Ash Mufareh and bring it to you in a audio and more explained version, so that we can wrap our heads around where we're going. Exciting times, that's all I can say, guys. Over to Chris.
Yeah, hi guys. Yeah, we have a lot of information to cover today, and where you're going to get all the right information is on Onpassive 360. I'm honored to be with Marty Degarmo, Redfern, every Wednesday, but every day we talk. And sit back, enjoy the show, and let's educate you all on what's happening on Onpassive. Marty Degarmo, back to you.
Alrighty, might want to change my name. Give me 1 second.
If you start speaking in Arabic, Marty, I'm really going to be impressed.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. Anyway, okay, we'll get started. I'm going to be going through some notes, so bear with me. I really, we all do, want to make sure we're as accurate as we can. If we're not sure, we always tell you that's the best that we know. We're pretty sure, because we do not want an untruth to go around. With a company this big, it's very important that you try as hard as you can to be truthful. So anyway, let me move on to some of the notes. I wanted to start by saying yesterday, when I had brought up that there will be headquarters in many countries and we will have partners. Now, I didn't emphasize what was meant by partners. What's meant by partners is these are employees of Mr. Mufareh, but Mr. Mufareh now and always has treated his employees the same as us, as partners. We are not hooking up to other companies. And if I did allude to that, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to, but it sounded like it, and I want to make sure I clarify it. The company is preparing for something historical. Remember that. We're not preparing for a Saturday sale or President's sale. This is historical. This is big. And if you can't wrap your head around it, that's okay, because none of us really can. Not 100%. It's impossible. As big a mouth as I have, when I was asked what to say, my vocabulary wasn't strong enough to even explain how I felt. The marketing campaigns will be deployed, at which time we'll close the only position that we know of, and that's called the founder position. Now, keep in mind, there's marketing, and then there's advertising. There's separate things. Marketing is you're building brand, okay? Branding, if you build the brand right, it makes the marketing so much easier, right? If you build the brand, it means the advertising so much easier. Why? As you're maybe explaining the business, or you give a website out, or you share a video, if the brand is already there, it's a much easier sale, if you know what I mean. Like Mr. Mufareh brought up the other day, if Apple made a 72-inch screen, does Apple have to tell you what they represent? No, they represent quality. So they don't need to do that. Why? Because they branded 100%. They're one of the best branding companies in the world. Coca-Cola, the Golden Arches, Nike with the swoosh. I mean, you know what I mean. Target here in the U.S., it's got a bullseye. Okay. Anyway, the founder position will be closed. Adios. Everybody had plenty of time. Anybody we knew who knew somebody who knew somebody has heard. Not the whole world yet, but a lot of people know about being a founder. You still have a chance, but it's not months. It's weeks. Will be closed. They're going to make sure that every product are tested and approved. And they will package them first in the best possible way for the user, which is unbelievable, not for the best package for how much money the company can make. They're going to be packaged in the best possible way for the consumer, which means value, easy to use, and unlimited AI induced. Big deal. Customer first, 100%. Then, secondly, the company is turning to the founders to make sure that they are taking care of the best that they possibly can. And listen to me. Don't get all wrapped up on what you see and a number here and a digit here and all that. What matters is if you believe and you trust, then whatever you see in the back office shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. And my team is pretty good sauce, and I could care less. So recheck yourself, get right, because you are in something that's going to take care of you and your family for the rest of your life. The focus will always be directed to the customer, value and user friendly, flat out. He says, Mr. Mufareh says that time after time after time after time. From the beginning, nothing's changed. Then they're going to go commercially, meaning selling to the public. Our pay structure, Onpassive's pay structure, is clever, it's brilliant. In fact, it's insanely genius, was the word used. That means everyone in a quick time will at least break even. That's unheard of. Now, I'm talking guaranteed to the 98% out there that never made a dime. And usually in the working online, no one breaks even. They actually lose money. Keep that in mind. When you hear about the 98, 97, 98, it's more like 98, that didn't make any money, the truth is they lost money. That's a guarantee. Whatever you hear, whatever you say, a nice thing is saying you didn't make it. I could build teams. I didn't just not make money, I lost money. So that's the facts. You're in a company where that's all going to change. After we go commercially, he said, yeah, the pay structure is brilliant, insanely genius. Right away, people will be, as quickly as possible, will break even. Everyone will become green from day one. As soon as you pay, you will be in the green. Now, what that means is, when you pay, you're going to get a small sign-up bonus. Unheard of. Do you know what that means? When somebody comes in, reseller, customer, whatever, they're going to get paid for the first time in their life in a business online. That stops. That's historical by itself. It's historical by itself. At that stage, things will compound. There's your effort if you want to. If you decide, there will be the Founders Campaign. This is a bonus, by the way. The Founders Campaign is a bonus. That was added by Mr. Mufareh. Okay. And then you don't pay for this. And then with the subscription, we get what we call paid marketing, meaning guaranteed visitors. And with the guaranteed visitors, if you put everything I said and everything Mr. Mufareh said, Red and Chris, with the branding and guaranteed visitors, I think it pushes you up the line quicker if somebody going from, what is this? Oh, it's cool. Let me look it up. It's branded. People will start to know it around the world. It'll be a household name. The sale is more likely to take effect sooner because I believe most people, 99% of the people that ever see anything in Onpassive will be involved in one way or another, either free or as a paid member. People ask, how much are you going to make? He said, don't dare question that. Whatever the governments and financial institutions allow, we will do. Powerful stuff, right? Do you want to get paid like the other companies paid you? I hope not, because they didn't pay you and you lost money. They're going to pay you the max they're allowed to pay and keep the company running for years and years to come. You will be paid directly and by your team volume commissions. So you get a sale, whether from you, from the company, your efforts, whatever, that's a direct sale. That's a direct commission. If your team gets a commission, you will be paid indirectly, a small commission from the commission. Okay, powerful stuff. That was explained. And I hope I'm doing it justice, but that's the way I understood it. And I watched it like every second of what was said. Directly and indirectly, team volume. He said you will get notifications, email, phone, back office, of when a commission was paid to you. Eventually, you will be tired of getting them, was the exact words that he said. I'm going to stop there and let Red and Chris say a little bit so I can get a drink because I'm getting a dry throat.
Okay, thanks very much, Marty.
Sorry,
That's fine. So let's recap on a couple of things, what Marty said, and also from what Ash Mufareh went over as well. As far as the shift now from the focus of the founder's position onto giving the customer the value for what they need. Why is this important to us as founders? Quite simply, we as founders make zero commission unless a sale is made. So we are now going into the next stage where we are focusing on giving the best value that we can to our customers. This is what this business is all about at the end of the day. For over 3.5 years now, we've been focusing on building our branding, building the products, building our base of Onpassive. But we have always had this focus on us as a customer-based business. This is what we are moving towards. The founder's position, as Marty has said, is going to be over in weeks. So we need to start focusing on what is going to bring us as founders and the company money and that is sales. So the focus is now purely and simply on the customers. We as founders, when a sale is made, we are going to benefit from that sale, whether it's personally, indirectly, from our team size as well. Now, people have been getting a bit het up about, oh, I don't know how many's in my team. It's important to me to know, and all these types of things. It really, really does not matter. The company knows how many is in your team, and you will be paid for that amount. It's as purely as simple as that. If you are a person who said, well, how do I know? Quite simply is, you don't need to know, because the company will pay you on. And guess what? Every single month, when you have had your payment, your team is going to increase, because that's the nature of how Onpassive has been designed. Our worst month we will have is our very first month. From there on in, it gets compounded, it increases, and that is beneficial to us as founders. Now, founders have also reached out to me and said, well, hey, Red, remember when we joined, we had a time and date stamp. Is this still applicable? Is it still important? Absolutely, very, very much so. From day one, nothing has changed whatsoever about the importance of your time and date stamp within Onpassive. This is all going to be worked out within the fantastic pay structure that is going to be developed for us. And remember, guys, what we have our hands on now is better than what we thought. We were given figures beforehand that were loose or guidelines. We have been told that it is going to be better than we ever thought. So this is why I myself am very excited about the way we are developing, the way we are moving forward. This is all preparation. It's preparation for us as founders. It's preparation for us as a company. And this is what our CEO is trying to do, preparing us not only for the volumes of people that are coming in, but also us as founders. He does not want us to wake up one morning with a shock on our faces thinking, oh my God, you know, he wants us to be prepared for how important our founders position is. That's it for me for now. Handing over to Chris, and then he'll go back to Marty. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Red. Thank you, Marty. I'll try to be quick. I want to update you guys on Obless and what we've been doing. Ash Mufareh showed up last night. I actually texted him. I said I needed some direction, Ash, and he showed up, and boy, did he give direction. I want to thank Daryl Cook. I'm going to read some of his notes real quickly. I want you to understand who Ash Mufareh is. He came in there with a big smile on his face, number one, as always, and he said, he was talking about poverty. He said, we need something completely different, totally out of the box. I believe poverty can be defeated if we have the will. Do we have the will? My answer is yes. I know all yours are. With AI, new technologies, all is beautiful. But if we go the same way, we go after our own success in business or the success story, as in after poverty, we can succeed. He's saying, we're going to work on Obless as hard as we are in passive, we will succeed. He said, we need to understand the roots, the causes of poverty. We can't just throw a Band-Aid on something like they have the past 100 years. All right, yes, we're going to need governments, but they also need to be fixed. So I believe Ash Mufareh in his wonderful ways, and this is what he said that really blew me away. I'm not going after homelessness. We need to aim big and solve the entire problem of poverty. Shoot for the moon, and if we miss, we will hit the stars. I absolutely love that. Just imagine that we go after all of poverty, then all is blessed. We've achieved it, just like we're achieving an Onpassive, okay? Obless is not a business. Obless comes from the heart. It is our platform to share to the world how much Ash Mufareh has thought about this. He didn't think about just building a business. He thought about changing the face of the world, all right, through helping everything in poverty. There isn't one thing that we're going after. We're going after everything. And if your will is as strong as mine, Ash Mufareh's, Red's, Marty's, and a whole bunch of other people, we will achieve this. But we don't give up. We keep going. Remember, Onpassive is a unique company. We do things different. Look in the history, folks. There's many people that have tried, but have failed miserably. They didn't understand it. They didn't. Education is the key. If we could truly educate all ourselves on poverty, everything in poverty, we will succeed. And I know we got 1,300,000 founders right now. And I did just make a beautiful, Daryl Cook made a beautiful poster of ACID's solutions for poverty. I did place it in the back office under updates. Why? Because it's very important. It's very important. I also pasted it on my Facebook. Share that out. He's basically saying, you help one person, 1,300,000 people, help one person on the streets, all right, getting them involved. It's going to just explode because those people now are going to have a way to succeed, to get off the streets. And what are they going to do? They're going to go out and share it with their friends that are having those same troubles. Okay. It's not just about homelessness. It's about fixing things that we've overlooked for over 100 years. You now have a company called Onpassive and a beautiful mind of Ash Mufareh who help us, let us come along with them and completely bless the world. So I'm very excited. I am also finding a way where I can put all the notes to bless so that everyone can read them. Just like Peter Surur puts his notes, I want to do the same thing, but I'm going to try to put them in a different area so everyone can join. Guys, all it really is having that will, like Ash said. All right. How we do anything is how we do everything. Ash Mufareh's words, absolutely love those words. If you just have the will, your mind, you could do anything. Let's do the right thing. Let's take Onpassive to the top, but let's take the rest of the world that's been broken for years and let's change them, help them, and let's just go crazy. Marty Degarmo, back to you, my brother.
Fantastic, Chris. I was on there last night too, and he said something else that was pretty powerful. Let's go after this like we built Onpassive. Over the top, shoot for the moon. Chris is right. Powerful stuff. Okay, I'm going to go back to some of my notes. They said that they were going to give us the name of each person and as they purchase products or packages, and he said this is no longer the case. He said, you will know the package and amount, whatever the code of the product is. So as something's purchased on your team and you're paid a commission, you will know a code of what was purchased. That's just as good. Trust me. He said, if you trust what the company does, it's for a lifetime, not just for a few years. We don't want any loopholes. And because, listen, I have said this before. I've been online a long time. This is my 18th year. And I've been in what so many so-called, what we call launches. They were a joke. I believe every launch that I was ever in failed. Now, some of them crashed and burned the day they launched because they could not handle the amount of people. Some of them crashed and burned because they couldn't handle the growth. And that was in with days and weeks. And the other ones they couldn't handle because the coding was done sloppy and people weren't paid correctly. And then they got the big sign down for maintenance. Do we want this? No. Does it matter what we want? No, because Ash is going to make it the best. If you have the faith, you have the belief, let it go. I know I do, me and my house, no problem. So just be happy that you are part of something that will change not only your life, but your kids and your grandkids. Historical, what we're part of. He said they are preparing for a global acceptance and, big word, to go viral. We want to keep everyone happy, so the website is not up and running one day and down the next day with that fancy sign down for maintenance. Meaning, you want all the coding right. You want all the money right. You want to be 100% up to par as far as governments and everything else. Okay? It's very, very important. If that takes a few weeks, a few months to do that, trust me, it's the best thing that could happen. Okay? It's the best thing that could happen. The governments have the right to see codes and see panels. Okay, everything. Now, don't get all panic. No, they have no right to look at your personal stuff, pay, volume, email, stuff like that. But they do have the right to see how people are treated. And because the Asmipar is over the top on how he treats people, he's inviting people in, inviting governments in. Here's what we got. If you don't like it, let me know now, because we're not working. When we go, he doesn't want to hear about it later, right? It makes sense. It's a big deal. Anyway, the company makes sure everything is pre-vetted, audited. That means when we go live, 100% good to go. Everything. The company from the beginning, because of Mufareh, has been proactive. They're ahead. They're not going to do something, then later, hey, let's see if we can get away with this. And if they catch us, we'll modify it. That means downtime. That means you could be in trouble. That means a lot of things can happen. He opened it up, very transparent. Here's what we got. Here's what we're doing. And if there's any feedback, it's, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this for people and your founders. That's fact. The pay plan is simple, most generous, and sustainable. That word sustainable is music to my ears. Look, you could get happy money, right? Here's here's $100, and then never see any money again. What good is that? It's worthless. So sustainable income. Don't use $300 anymore. The company's desire is to be under that, if possible. But don't use any cost. It's very affordable. It's very affordable. It might be less. It hasn't been determined 100% yet. There's a lot involved in determining the price of the products. And I'm going to say this again. The company has overhead that is concrete. It is what it is. Employees, building, all the stuff that's overhead, paid advertising, everything. And then from that, you have R&D where you always want to stay ahead. After that, then we have the money that can be distributed according to the company. And what it sounds like is the company's going to distribute as much as they possibly can. We want everyone in the planet to have access to the product. Why? Which means that's why at the lower cost that he can do opens the door for that many more people. Okay? So that's why. There will be many, many freebies for guests to come in, look around, shop, no pressure. And trust me, there will be something there, maybe not today, tomorrow, next week, a month from now. It doesn't matter. They will say, I want that. That's a guarantee. My opinion, that's a guarantee. Onpassive is going to have what you want or you're using already. There will be commercial and enterprise levels. Okay, that speaks for itself. There'll be packages bigger for bigger companies, enterprise levels. This is music. And trust me, the commercial and enterprise levels will save big, big corporations mucho money, okay? Big money. Everything in the back office that mentions the old pay plan / That bad word matrix from the back office is gone. All the links have been updated under my links. The final stages of debugging facial recognition, this is big, by the way, is being worked on right now. Big news, big news, OConnect is completed. It's being tested, and once the data center is complete, it will be open to founders first. Now keep in mind, the data center is important for something as big as OConnect because there's a lot of data going to be used, especially when you're talking unlimited and videos, live videos. So that's the order. It's done, being tested, will be tweaked if needed, and then it will be open to the founders. They are expanding the compliance team. Internal and external venting of founders, meaning they're going to see, and they know already many founders, if they're being positive. Now, the company's not trying to tell you how to act or what you do, but if you're out there bad-mouthing the company, slandering the company, it's not going to be a funny ride for you. Okay, I don't know why people think they can go all over some founders and think they can run their mouth and say something and think they're going to get away with it. You don't think that there's, like I said, there's geeks in the company? When I say geeks, that's all due respect. That's guys that can figure out anything with a computer, okay, or online. So you can run, but you can't hide. They just want to make sure that everybody is compliant. It's very, very important. It's important for the company. It's important for me. It's important for you. It's important for the longevity of the company. Haters out there will be taken down. It's very simple. They are not going to make a penny by attacking Onpassive. They better lawyer up. Now, I know they're watching and they're laughing. Oh, it doesn't matter. Have fun while it lasts. The company has no intentions of going out beating on people, but there are people that work for the company. They have families. There's us who dedicated months, years, and we found a home here and the company just can't sit back with all this work and all the love put into the company and let a few, this is not from the company, this is from me, butt heads cause trouble and slander the company. Sorry, just the way it is. When the company does get to the branded arena, in other words, if it starts to become a household name, it'll be easier on all of us, no doubt. And the branding is being done now. That's all I have. That took me about halfway through the webinar. So I will do some more tomorrow. And again, on Friday, I should be finished. I know I took a long time, but I thought that meeting on Monday was a turning point and very important that we all understand. Thank you very much. I got a dry throat and I hope to God somebody else talks. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Marty. I said yesterday on my live when I was doing the recap how important this webinar is specifically is to watch again. I got so much more out of it watching it a second time. Obviously, when you're watching it live, you're not really listening. You're maybe trying to pick up on certain things that you want to hear, and you're not listening to other things. Listen to it a second time. It makes a much wholer picture of what Ash was trying to say. Like I said yesterday, my one word take from yesterday was preparation. I love what we are doing right now. Everything we are doing is not only preparing the company for what is going to be happening, but like I said, preparing us as founders as well. It's a great stage to be in because it is that final stage before we go to the most important part, which is the launch. And for me, this is the most exciting time of where we are within the company. And you guys should be as well. Anybody who is not excited about where we are and the position we're in right now, then you don't deserve to be a founder, because excuses, why aren't we should be, all of these types of terminologies. If you are using those words and you are one of these people, you need to give your head a bit of a wobble, because we are nearly there, guys. If you are a founder and you're watching this, you are in the best shape of your life right now. And that is because we are so close to this finish line. We really are crossing those T's, dotting those I's, making sure that everything has been checked, double checked, so that when we launch, it is going to be a smooth ride. Remember, the launch party is not going to be a big shindig to the world, because the world will already know our name. It is going to be a celebration of what we have already achieved as a company. It's a celebration of you as founders. It's a celebration as us of leaders, of the tech guys, of the people in Dubai, of absolutely everybody who has got some part of Onpassive. We are celebrating our success for actually doing something that is right, legal, legitimate, and it is going to change the face of the universe, the world as we know it. Remember, Ash said this himself, okay? Onpassive not only will be a household name, but it will change how things are done online. We are going to be the school. We're going to be the teachers of how to do it right from word go. Like I said yesterday, many of these big companies out there, look where they started. They started in rooms, backyards, sheds, all of these, and they have worked their way up to where we are now. We are starting higher than most of them dreamed they could get to, let alone starting in a shed at the bottom of somebody's garden. Anyway, that's it for me. It's been a fantastic 360 once again. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you guys once again. Love part twos on both your parts. I want to tell you something very important that you both missed. All right, Ash Mufareh sent this last night. An update about our marketing campaigns in Dubai, the Burj Khalifa from Ash. This is last night, we had more than 125 founders from the UAE. Some of them are bringing multiple founders already. The marketing campaigns, the unique way Ash Mufareh is doing this is working. Now that's in the UAE. Globally, I don't have that number, but I know we're signing up over 1,000 people a day because of the marketing campaign, the strategic campaigns that Ash Mufareh has come up. There's more to come, guys. There's a lot more to come. Listen, everything is done from scratch and Onpassive. Onpassive was built through scratch. All right. Each individual that came into Onpassive is built from scratch by learning the Onpassive way. OFounders is built from scratch. It doesn't get any better than this. Keep sharing this out, guys. Keep finding the people that really truly need Onpassive, OFounders. And remember this, the most important thing Ash Mufareh said, how do you beat negativity? You ignore them. Do you think the great minds of the world history listened to negative people? They moved forward. They kept going, just like Ash Mufareh is doing and taught us all. So when you come across negativity, turn away. What does God say? Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Because negativity doesn't win anything. All they do is sit in that same hole. Guess where we're at? We're at the top. We're global. We're nonstop. And if you haven't heard about Onpassive, you can ask any one of the 1,300,000 people all about it. They will be glad to share it with you. Marty, Red, thank you from my heart for always letting me be part of this. Ash Mufareh, keep those visions coming because they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what Onpassive is. I love you all. Marty, back to you. Shut her down.
we're going to shut it down. I believe this is a very good 360. Remember, we are here to serve. Okay, we're founders the same as you, and if we do the right thing and help you, that's we did our job. Anyway, thank you very much. Once again, I'll be on tomorrow to try to do part number 3. Yeah, I'm a little slow at it, but it's on purpose, by the way. Tonight is, I believe, Julia Milo. And is there anybody else tonight? I don't think so. No, I think that's it. Okay. Anyway, and one more thing, like Red said, do yourself a favor. Go back and watch the webinar from Monday. Watch it again. It really, when I watch it, look, I'm on the panel and I miss it. When you're on the panel, you're doing things, you're thinking about other things, and I missed a lot of it. And I was determined to get every bit of it, because how can myself, Red, or Chris deliver a message if we don't know what's going on? And you really got to do it, and we do that a lot. But once again, remember, you guys are all superstars. Find what you do best and do it your best. That's what matters. You don't have to be like somebody else. There doesn't need to be another Chris Johnson. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll see you all, and have a great day.
Right.